Shipwreck, one lost fortune, one man who turned disaster into a philosophy that would change the world. This is the story of Zeno of Citium and why his greatest failure is still shaping lives today. Imagine this, your entire fortune, gone in a single night. A violent storm tears your ship apart. Cargo worth millions sinks beneath the waves. Everything you've worked for vanished. That's what happened to Zeno of Citium, a wealthy merchant who lost it all in one shipwreck. But here's the twist. That disaster didn't destroy him. It transformed him. From the wreckage, he built a philosophy so powerful that emperors, slaves, and soldiers would live by it for over 2,000 years. This is the story of how a broken man, washed ashore in Athens with nothing, became the founder of stoicism, and why his greatest failure still holds the blueprint for resilience today. Zeno of Citium was not born into struggle. He was born into privilege. On the island of Cyprus, he built his fortune trading Tyrian purple, the rarest dye in the ancient world, worth more than gold. His ships carried wealth across the seas. His future looked unshakable. But fate does not negotiate. One voyage changed everything. A storm erupted, tearing his ship apart like paper. His cargo, the empire he had built with his own hands, sank beneath the waves. Zeno barely survived. Clinging to debris, he washed ashore in Athens, penniless, nameless, stripped of everything that once defined him. Imagine the silence after the storm. The man who once commanded fleets was now wandering foreign streets, lost and broken. But it was in this ruin that he stumbled into a small bookshop. Inside, a philosopher was reading aloud the words of Socrates, and in that moment, Zeno realized he had lost his fortune, but he had discovered something greater, and this was the birth of stoicism. In Athens, Zeno wandered the streets, no longer a merchant, but not yet a philosopher. He searched, he studied, he questioned. For 20 years, he sat at the feet of cynics, academics, and megarians. But none of them gave him what he was looking for. Until one day, under the colonnades of the marketplace, he began to speak for himself. They called it the Stoa Poikile, the painted porch, and it was here that Zeno planted the seeds of a new way of life. Over the years, he told his students that fortune can sink ships, thieves can steal gold, tyrants can take freedom, but none of them can touch what truly matters: your mind, your character, your choices. Unlike the cynics, Zeno didn't preach rejection of the world. Unlike the hedonists, he didn't chase pleasure. Instead, he built a philosophy balanced between endurance and action. The Stoics' task was simple and impossibly difficult. Focus only on what you can control. Accept what you cannot change. Live with virtue and let the rest fall where it may. From that porch, stoicism spread like fire. It shaped the mind of Epictetus, a slave who found freedom in discipline. It guided Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who ruled the greatest empire with humility. And across centuries, Zeno's words have traveled, surviving storms, wars, and the rise and fall of nations. Zeno had lost everything: wealth, homeland, status. But by losing the external, he discovered the eternal. And in the painted porch of Athens, He gave the world a philosophy that still teaches us how to live. Zeno's shipwreck happened more than 2,000 years ago, but his philosophy didn't sink with him. It's more alive today than ever. And the lessons that carried him from ruin to wisdom can carry us too. The first lesson: failure is not the end, it's redirection. When Zeno lost his fortune, he thought his life was over. But that collapse pushed him onto a path greater than any wealth could offer. How many of us today face setbacks? Losing a job, watching a relationship fall apart, feeling like the world has shut its doors? The Stoic answer is this: don't curse the storm. See where it carries you. Sometimes what feels like the end is simply the turning of the page. The second lesson: true wealth is internal, not external. We live in an age obsessed with possessions: cars, houses, status, followers. But Zeno's shipwreck shows us the truth. Anything external can be stripped away in a heartbeat. What cannot be taken is character, discipline, integrity. That is the only wealth no thief, no tyrant, no storm can ever reach. If you anchor yourself in virtue, you can stand unbroken while everything else crumbles. The third lesson: turn pain into purpose. Zeno didn't just survive his loss. He transformed it into wisdom that has outlived empires. And this is the challenge he leaves to us. What will you do with your struggles? Will you let them harden you into bitterness or forge you into strength? The Stoics remind us, your suffering can become someone else's guide. Your scars can light the way for those still in the dark. And perhaps the most important reminder of all, you have power over your mind, not outside events. The storm cannot be stopped. The world will bring loss, betrayal, chaos. But the one thing you always carry with you, the one thing that no wave can drown, is your ability to choose your response. Zeno turned his shipwreck into a philosophy. You can turn your setbacks into wisdom. When life throws you into the storm, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What would Zeno do?